Okay, greetings all. Rameshwar, thanks for taking time to meet with us today. I know you're busy traveling. I think you just got back home. And for those of you viewing, my name is Frank Casal, and I'm here with my colleagues at the Rec3 team, Ali Selly, one of the partners, Abby Turner, heads up marketing for Rec3, and my good friend and industry expert, Rameshwar Balanagu. I want to allow him to introduce himself in a moment, but the purpose here is to share thought leadership. Part of Rec3's focus is not only recruiting and staffing in the Web3 space, but also providing thought leadership. Ali, Abby, and the team, when they asked for my participation, made it clear that they didn't want to just be providing the services. They also wanted to help kind of push the envelope and share best practices. So we will be fairly often, right, Abby? Yes, I think fairly often. So doing these. And our first episode, here it is with my good friend, Rameshwar. Rameshwar, would you mind just a quick intro? And then what I'd like to do today is there's a few topics that me and my colleagues here would like to get your opinion on. You always kind of have a finger on the pulse of what's going on. You're very active in the space, and I think it would benefit the audience.
Yeah. Hey, Frank. Morning, Frank. Yes, I just returned from India yesterday. It was a long journey, but fun and fact-filled. So I've been in the industry for almost 2+ decades. I think I'm still a beginner, and I'm learning the technology for a betterment for society, for myself. I've been very fortunate to meet leaders like you and Emirati across the industry. And in this journey, I had bumped into, or I would say, in addition to my regular job, I got hitched by the startup journey. And so I've been an investor, an advisor to various startups, all the way from a blockchain analytics to digital twins. So I've been very fortunate. In fact, I had recently worked with a photographic company that had wanted to become a platform. So the core of every startup today is technology. Every company wants to be like the Tesla, no longer a car company, but a technology company. So I couldn't say that anything less that we are poised for an era of unheralded innovation that we have never seen, innovation that can make the society better.
Okay, so listen, at another time, I want to discuss and debate the innovation word, the I word, with you, because I always have a lot of fun with that.
You can refer to McKinsey's framework, the 3 S's for more of what innovation is. But yeah, we can take it
hold
later.
on. Don't give us all the good stuff at the first episode here. So I first discovered you. I saw this awesome guy posting stuff a couple of years ago on LinkedIn, Forbes contributor. And you and I, since then, we've talked about Web3 holistically. We've talked about blockchain. We've talked about Metaverse. I think, I'm not sure if there's a space that you're not fluent in. And I like, Rameshwar, the fact that you not only have good insight, but you always have a perspective, if not an opinion. So I want to start with something you said the other day, and I thought this would be a good opportunity to expand upon it. You recently said you like Web3, which is just an interesting thing to say. So why do you like Web3 as opposed to any one of the other areas where you could be doing a deeper dive in?
See, as humans, we've always evolved for betterment of the society, and so does technology. If Web 1 and Web 2, basically, if you think of Web 2, which created the Netflix and the Googles and the whatnot, the problem is what we call as they have created walled gardens. For many of you who may not know what walled gardens is, you may be a creator if you've been a YouTuber or a LinkedIn guy like me or a Facebook or whatnot. Your content creation, your moderation and syndication is all done by you. But guess who owns the rights of it? Not you. It's someone else. The royalty, what is right, what is wrong. We're not here to debate politics. We are technology people. As a creator, I need the freedom to express what I think is right. I agree there is this philosophy is what is right in my culture is wrong in your culture. But I'm not asking you to come and say I am right or wrong. It is for me and my collective ideologies to say, is this right or wrong? Web 2, unfortunately, has created walled gardens in terms of content creation, even in terms of payments. People are talking of royalties. You can dig for Google for yourself. You'll find that the payments and the royalties are not fair. The world is not fair. So Web3 actually unshackles this walled garden and gives a new way to express yourself better, connect with the people. We have this DEI problem, sustainability problem. Now you can just connect to the people. Let people, sorry, let people express themselves much better in a way that we couldn't do in Web 2. We have new generations, newer thoughts. Your thoughts might not necessarily respond with the older generation. Again, Frank, I didn't mean to offend you. I also belong to, but it's this new generation of these youngsters or entrepreneurs who can talk to their groups. And this is what Web3 is: a freedom to express yourself, a freedom to communicate better, a freedom to make money in ways which you haven't done. That's why I love Web3.
Okay, no, awesome. So basically, creator economy, which you're a big proponent of, decentralization, which you're a big proponent of, and we could talk more about that another time. I know we only have a little bit of a window here with you, but Ali, I know you had a question for our friend as well.
Yeah, I know that obviously we're all technologists here. None of us are legislators, none of us are lawmakers or anything like that. But I think what we do love to do is speculate. And what we've been seeing a lot of is banks and financial institutions telling us one week that they're going to invest in blockchain, invest in Bitcoin, invest in crypto, and then you see them the next month saying that they're pulling it back, saying it's the devil, saying it's the worst thing you've ever seen. Rameshwar, I wonder what your thoughts are on it. Do you think it's one big elaborate pump and dump from banks? Do you think it's something that maybe they've got a bit of internal conflict and they're getting some pressure
Ali,
from governments? What are your thoughts?
You asked a good question, Alex. You got him shifting. You got him shifting in his seat there. This must be a good one.
So we are technologists. We don't like to speculate. I repeat on it. What we like to do is we like to understand what does it hold for us as technologists. What does it hold for us for humanity? I'm not a financial analyst, so please don't quote me. Back in 2008, we had this Lehman crisis. The too big to fail and whatnot. So they saw crypto as a savior. Now crypto has turned out to be a Ponzi scheme. We all know that. And we know. But what has happened is, in the rush to make money, the same problems of what we had with the dollar were recreated over here. In fact, worse, in crypto, we didn't have loss. You didn't set up a legal entity. You set up entities in Martian Islands. It never even had a taxation, all the SBFs and whatnot. What failed with crypto was a lack of governance and compliance. But what I'm really happy is that is the wave one. The wave one of technology is all about the greedy guys, the hungry guys. Same thing like the dot-com era. This is a deja vu of a dot-com era where the greedy guys came with no focus on enterprise, no focus on consumerability. Their only focus was to make a quick buck. I'm glad that this wave is done. So now we are in the wave two, where there's a method to the madness. People like you, me, who think things will be better. Now, what is happening is, because of this wave, a classic example, now I'm not going to quote, but I will still quote. Jamie Dimon said, anybody on the floor who talks of Bitcoin is going to be subject to is fired. Goldman Sachs said, no. We have all these Wall Street analysts saying it's a Ponzi scheme. We don't understand. But you will see every day now. In fact, yesterday there was an announcement. MasterCard said it is going to do a Web3 payment using USDC. Now, why are they doing that? Basically, fundamentally, Web3, like I said, it is decentralized. It is a creator economy. If you are not in this economy, there's a parallel world being created by these YouTubers or this Gen Z. The micropayments are of an unprecedented rate. Now, if you go to Gartner, you will see this. Venmo is a big beneficiary. If MasterCard, PayPal don't get into this micropayments, they're going to lose, I don't know if you have kids, and I believe you have. These kids, they share even $1. These are not possible with the MasterCard or Visa. So what they're seeing is this Web3 is doing this micropayments. And in order to take this to the next level, they have partnered with the likes of Polygon. But again, because Bitcoin and all this is called a Ponzi scheme, they are using a backup, which is the USDC, which is more a safe this thing. So if you look at the mess or the noise that is there, technology will always have, because this is the wave that made quick money. But if you see on the long-term sustenance, if you see where the industry is going, blockchain is the next leg up, and Web3, where you can actually get more better experience and have a more DEI included, this is the place to go. So forget the noise and focus on what the value add that it can do. And that's all we can do for a betterment of a society.
Great, thank you. Great question and great answer, Rameshwar. Abhi, I think, I'm not sure if we're going in generational order, because maybe I screwed that up after Rameshwar. But let's wrap with a third and final question. Abhi, I know you had one, I think, having to do with sustainability.
I do, yeah. So you said you don't like to, as a technologist, you don't like to speculate, but I think given the clear knowledge you have within the space, you're probably in a better position than most to do so. So I'm going to ask you, what are your thoughts on metaverse and sustainability?
So, if you talk of the definition of what sustainability is, you'll get 100 answers. To me, sustainability is environment, social, and governance. That's sustainability. We have to focus on our environment because we are spoiling our kids' generations. Look at the global warming. And, and when I mean social, it is actually DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion. Freedom to express yourself, freedom to connect with people of different things is equally important. Metaverse is a place, yes, we have had, again, I call it the wave one, where we've had the stockings and whatnot. So, and insane amount of land, but again, it's a wave one. Wave two is where, Metaverse is a three-dimensional virtual reality, where you're not only just looking like a 2D like you and I are looking, we can actually shake hands with each other and express ourselves. So DEI comes of paramount importance, and that's where it is. Again, we don't have to beat the bush again and again, but ability to express yourself and the DEI becomes a lot more possible. And then governance. When we mean corporate governance, so people debate on should metaverse be augmented with blockchain or is it separate? Well, I leave the definition of what it is. I can give you an example of some of the startups which are focused on sustainability. And when I mean sustainability, take this classical case of a windmill. I'm putting a very simple case of a windmill. The windmill is focused on generating energy using the wind. So what happens is different attitudes have different kinds of problems. You can recreate a digital twin of a windmill and see if that one works fine for you in high altitude or low altitude. And if it does work, you can put a blueprint of it in a blockchain. Now, what happens is this windmill, the digital twin and the blockchain are imprinted as a blueprint. And tomorrow, if you want to keep revising that, this acts as a proof. Now, you can ask me, Ramesh, why can't I do this on a blueprint by printing a piece of paper and rubber stamp it? The problem is you can digitize it, but it doesn't give you provenance. And there's no veracity to it because I can force this document and say, this is the document I did it for you. I put this windmill. So if there's a compliance issue, or let's say the windmill broke and it fell on your head, you want to file a lawsuit, you can find a material ways to screw that up. But the moment when you put on a blockchain, you know where it has originated, the provenance, and was this with the right material? Did you even do it the right way? We are talking about sustainability. Did we use carbon fiber? We would have claimed we used carbon fiber, but we never used carbon fiber in it. So the digital twin is impregnated so much into the blockchain that you can really start talking of sustainability in a much better way.
No, thank you, my friend. So I believe we're out of time, and we promised that we wouldn't take up too much of yours as you just got back and are recouping, and I'm sure digging out of emails and hugging your family, Rameshwar. Thank you, as always, very insightful.
Thank you.
And Ali and Abhi, thanks for helping to produce this and co-host it. We'll certainly get the word out. I'm happy to share. And then just what I would say to those of you in attendance, if you don't know Rameshwar, he's a great guy to know. He's one of my go-to guys. Find him on LinkedIn and connect. Any information you need, advice, trends, sanity check on a strategy or even a startup, guys like myself and or Rameshwar, time permitting, we're happy to provide you some feedback. If you need talent, you have Ali, Abby, and the team at Rec3. You're looking to hire blockchain people, metaverse people, buyers, sellers, managers. They are the go-to folks globally. So that's it. With that said, thanks all. Have a great day.
Thank you.
Thanks so much. See ya.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.